Morty doesn't poop, doesn't pee right now, and I can eat in peace. Hey, I met Morty. Ну ти вже все зробив. Що таке? Що таке? От так. I met and interviewed Chris Harms in Brazil last year. Really cool guy. I'm telling you, Lord of the Lost are such a cool people. It's a band consisted of really cool people. Yeah, it's true. He's very cool. Do you call this beef tomatoes? I think that on the grocery store they're called heirloom tomatoes, but I think heirloom is like kind of type. I don't know, but these are one of the few tomatoes that are actually sweet and tomato-like to me. They taste really like Ukrainian tomatoes. They just have like this big shape. But yeah, Morty gave me a really nice big pile of poo right now, so I had to clean it. Cheers, guys. I took a very small plate for a big portion, so love it. If this is a starter for you, I have still a big pan of this dish. I can hydrate like that. Good. No, I haven't seen the crush. I don't know how I would call this dish, like salmon pasta, probably. Salmon spinach feta pasta. The interesting thing that after this pasta, usually after anything that has flour in it, like вареники, пельмени, pasta, I feel like a little bit of heaviness in the stomach and the feeling that I'm hungry. Especially like with like вареники, you just eat a lot of dough and potato, for example, potato mushroom or cottage cheese, and like you kind of ate a lot of carbs. Or if I ate regular pasta with cheese or something like that, like I ate a portion, but I'm hungry in like 20 minutes, and I already want to eat something. When I tried this pasta, I also was skeptical about like protein part, but I don't feel heaviness from it. And I don't feel like I am hungry in 20 minutes. Because usually, to avoid this hunger, I eat just lentils or buckwheat and protein and vegetables. Um, so, I don't see what he's doing there. Morty. He's black, and he's like sitting on the black things. Ой, ти прийшов. Що таке, що таке? Давай, доїдай квітки. Really, with this pasta, I don't have this feeling. And it's, for me, it's a little bit pleasant to find something that is not lentils or buckwheat, because I'm already like tired. Sometimes I get tired of, like lentils and buckwheat. I can't eat it every day. That I do eat it every day. But now I have a third option, which is really, really great. Yeah, so I have like black curtains in the corridor there. The curtains that I use to close my windows sometimes. And they're like very cheap and made of paper. And when he's sitting on them, I don't see him. And I hear the sound of something, like something's happening, but I don't see anything because it's like pitch black. I'm currently working on my visual novel, and I started to learn coding. Very primitive one. And I'm just exercising a little bit. I'm learning how to work in programs where I can program the game. Visual novels. This is a very, 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 very simple game. Like nothing, like nothing difficult. And it's so hilarious for me that like how dumb I look when I work on it. Like for me, this is something very new. And I am just like, I found some tutorials on YouTube, and I am like, literally like, like that. I'm just trying to copy everything. And I think that I'm learning pretty much quick. To be able to create a simple visual novel, I already can create it. And it took me like few lessons, but I wanted to have like a little bit of animation, and I still didn't start working with sound. I think that with sound and with animation it will be a little bit more difficult, but kind of working on visual novel like gave me this additional like leap of inspiration and energy, because I started to learn like this little code thing, and I'm like so happy that I see result, and I'm so kind of proud of myself because I never did it before, and I'm kind of succeeding. So thank you guys, thank you. Mwah. I don't like the taste of spinach in here, but I'm going to eat it anyway. Ясно. This is very yummy. I put a lot of pepper in it. I have a whole pan of it. A whole pan. I love it. Have you heard that broccoli helps to prevent cancer? В Запорізької області. So the recipe is very simple. I cooked salmon like that. I baked it with jalapeno peppers just in oven. And then I cooked pasta. And then I cooked spinach and feta cheese. Like this. I just put a little bit of oregano on the previous one. Like that. And then you just mix it all together and you add whatever you want. Yeah, you can add actually whatever you want. I just googled salmon pasta and there were a few recipes. I don't take recipes where they put cream in the recipe because cream has like a lot of calories, and I at this moment of my life do not consume a lot of calories, just enough for me to gain some muscle mass. So I didn't take the recipe with cream. There were a lot of recipes with cream and they all looked amazing, and I just took the recipe with feta cheese, pasta and salmon and spinach. And like you mentioned saltiness. The amount of saltiness in feta cheese, for me personally, is enough for the whole pan of this pasta. I do not add salt to salmon. I do not add salt to pasta. I just added a little bit of salt before boiling pasta, but just like you barely can feel it. So saltiness in feta is enough on my personal taste. I know that sometimes when I'm looking for cooking recipes, I see how people are usually like, you know what I think about people are trash. So they always like so often tell bad things about recipe because, oh, it doesn't have enough seasoning, oh, it doesn't have enough salt. Like if you like salt, you can just add in your recipe more salt. I personally do not like salt. It makes me very puffy. It makes me like retain too much water. So I personally I do not add salt to the lentils. I do not add salt to the protein that I cook. But in the recipe of salmon that I cook, I add like 2 spoons of soy sauce. That is low sodium. That's for me enough. But I know it's true. If you will add salt and sugar to enhance the flavor, and you will add spices, of course it will taste way better. But for my daily routine, I will not be able to eat that often, just very rarely. So it's okay if you like this. You can find different recipes. Yes. For example, I drink those electrolyte drinks sometimes. And again, 2 spoons of soy sauce is enough for me. There is enough salt for my taste. And I think that if you will take raw food, there will be still some sodium in there. Even in this pasta, there is 4 milligrams of sodium. I think there is sodium in all of that food. I think somewhere in the middle. But I don't know, guys. Are we in negative vibe or in positive? Or in somewhere in between? Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Elwazi. Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Yeah, salt and sugar is added to nearly all the processed food. Yeah, exactly. And like I know that some processed food is so tasty. For example, when you're cooking borscht, you add salt and sugar too. In order to make it tasty, you order salt and sugar. In order to make crepes, you add salt and sugar. And again, if I would be cooking not for myself, but for someone else, I would be cooking differently. For example, when I was baking muffins for my friends, I made them more sweet than I would do for myself. And I added chocolate. One of my friends has allergy for gluten, so I made some gluten-free muffins. And I knew that some of my friends will be high, so I made chocolate muffins for them. So it just depends. But when I'm cooking for myself, since I'm not very picky, and I have my weaknesses. Oh, sorry, just a second. I'm just spitting out the saliva. So when I have weaknesses, I really love to drink my hot drinks with milk. Морті, що ти там сидиш, Боже? Що там? Хто? Все. So yeah, I mean, what I was talking about. Хто там, Морті? Oh, Боже. Oh yeah, so I have weaknesses. I love milk. I'm lactose intolerant. I have pimples when I'm drinking milk, but I love it so much. So, and also milk adds some calories